Good morning. How's everyone doing? So last night I drove really far out on the White River FSR to the height of the Rockies Provincial Park, trying to tag off the summit of Mount Abruzzi today. There's a really serious looking terrain trap I got to climb up through though. It would have been preferable to do this as an overnight trip, get up to Deep Lake last night so I could get a really early start on it, but it's pouring rain last night, so I had to settle on doing this as a day trip. So yeah, I tried to get up as early as I could. It's just really hard to get motivated to go out alone in the dark, deep in bear territory. Managed to scrape together a 4:30 a.m. start though, so should be all right. It's taking longer than I thought to get up to Deep Lake. The trail's all covered in this soft snow. It's hard to tell if the snowshoes would actually help me or not. But other than that, the trail is actually really well maintained. There's only a small number of downed trees that I've had to climb over. I guess just keep pushing ahead. I don't know if these are going to help or not. 1 second the trail's dry, then a few more steps, there's 3 feet of snow. It's going to be a challenge just getting up to Deep Lake today, let alone the summit. Just reached Deep Lake. It's starting to thaw out a little bit here. I'll just carry around the shore, then I got to climb up the middle. It's hard to justify carrying on because, yeah, definitely a serious terrain trap. Could get hit by a wet slide or rock fall, but the snow is all frozen. I think it should be safe. Plus, it was a long drive out here, so that's how I justify doing dangerous things. The further up I go, the less concerned I am. The snowpack is all consolidated into a solid mass. I don't think there's anything to be worried about today. If it was 10 degrees warmer, I'd probably turn around right now though, but definitely not going to linger around in this valley for very long. Let's keep moving. Rocco, stop. Good girl. Don't chase that. Seen a few small rock falls, but nothing much to be concerned about. It's a bit further and I should be through this section. I think it'll get safer the higher up I go. Can see the top of the Abruzzi Glacier right there, and Connor Lake's below it. Not too sure I'll get a view from the summit. There's a cloud just hovering on the peak today, but we're almost there. Another 10 minutes. Behind the scenes, this has been my speed getting up this mountain. It's a whole process. It's mountain therapy. It's like a form of meditation. I don't listen to music or anything either. All I can hear is my footsteps in the wind. I just carefully had to dig my way up there. I couldn't tell where the mountain ended and the cornice began, but I found the cairn, so I believe this is the true summit. And I think Ephraim has left one of his signature pink emerald boxes here, but I'm unable to dig it up and take a ceremonial swig of the fireball. That's too bad, but yeah, if I was able to get a view, we'd be able to see Mount Joffrey, King George, maybe even Assiniboine from here. But sometimes all you get out of this is a lot of exercise. But yeah, it's time to head back down. All right, we made it back down to the lake. All the danger is behind me now. The snow is really starting to soften up. It's kind of scary. But if you're watching this video or thinking, cool, I'm going to go do that right now. Unless you have like a really deep freeze, I'd probably wait until like at least mid-June for that to melt out some more. That's potentially a very dangerous place to be, and nobody wants to start out their summer by dying. It's no fun. Let's go get some dinner. There's a sparkle coming off the van way in the distance. It's a long way to go. This is a big day. This reminds me of Mount Abraham with all the triangular slabs pointing straight up. It's unbelievable here. Well, that's kind of a questionable edit to go right from wringing out my dirty, murky socks to preparing dinner. Hope everyone brought their appetites because tonight I'm going to make something festive because it must be Thanksgiving somewhere in the world. I'm going to make this turkey dinner wrap. It definitely tips the scales on the heavy end of something that you can put on your stomach. It's something that I feel like you kind of have to earn by doing a big hike or if you had some kind of long day. But yeah, it's exactly what I'm requiring right now. So first, I'm going to cook the turkey breast. This is cooked, so I'll pull it off and shred it up. Since I'm just cooking for myself, I only need to do a quarter of this package, so that means I have to bring a quarter cup of water to boil, along with some butter. Also mix the turkey in with this. I also only want a quarter of this package of baked potatoes, so I'll boil a quarter cup of water. Alright, it's time to bring this whole concoction together. I'll put the mashed potatoes on first. Next comes the turkey and stuffing. I'll load it up with cranberry sauce. It'd be the icing on the cake to dip this into some gravy. Oh, that was good. Turkey dinner wrap. That's how you do it. A couple days have passed and I've tried a couple different venues to try and wrap up this video with another interesting adventure, but the weather has just not really allowed for it. I don't really like posting super short videos on YouTube, but it's been like 2 weeks, so I feel like I should check in and see how everyone's doing. But in terms of the van, after those last couple episodes of me replacing all the parts, it's been running really good lately. I think it's finally ready to take on summer. I most recently had all the fluids changed in the differentials and transfer case, so that's done. And it's got this other issue. Once a year, the positive wire on the rear wheel speed sensor burns itself out, and I'll start to get error messages on the dash that the traction control is malfunctioning. I don't know if that's like a Chevy Express issue or just a my van issue, but yeah, once a year I just have to put in a new positive wire on that, then it's good to go again. Like if you take the wire and cut into it, look at the copper, it'll be all burnt and doesn't conduct electricity, so I don't know what the story is behind that, but that's fixed once again. And I've just been keeping my eyes open for like another potential candidate of a van. Would everyone collectively facepalm if I was to get another GM van? It's just like the perfect form factor for tiny living and having off-road capabilities, and I've learned a lot in terms of maintaining this van, and it'd also be nice to keep that front bumper because I spent a lot of money on it. There's just not a lot to choose from on the market. I've been looking at Ford Excursions. They have the same wheelbase as this van, but I think it'd be slightly less living space inside, and I'd probably have to keep my bike outside. I'm not too crazy about that. But yeah, I talked about like rebuilding the interior of this van. I don't think it's worth it if I'm only going to get like another year or two out of this thing. So just keeping my eyes open for like the perfect candidate for a new vehicle. And no rush. If something comes up, then I might purchase it and like have it on hand, just slowly build it out. And when the time comes to sell this one, then the next one will be hopefully ready to go. But I think that's all I have to say for now. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully the next video will be a bigger and longer adventure. Hope everyone is doing good and has a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.